too much that I can't even say.
You wouldn't get it. Like, it's once in a lifetime chance. It's better than winning the lottery.
I'd way rather go to a Taylor Swift concert than win the lottery.
Friends, today I want to tell you about one of the most exciting and emotional events in the music industry in recent years, the end of Taylor Swift's ERAS tour. If you've ever seen Taylor on stage, then of course you know that her concerts are not just a show, but a real magic that captivates, inspires, and leaves unforgettable impressions. But what happened at the final concerts? Let's dive into this exciting moment and remember the brightest moments. So as you know, the ERAS tour started in March 2023 and covered the whole world from USA to Europe and became not just a musical tour, but a real cultural phenomenon. But here it is, the long-awaited moment, the final concerts. Emotions overwhelmed both fans and Taylor herself. Many spectators recalled that these concerts had a special atmosphere. Taylor, as always, gave 100%, and for fans, these performances became the culmination of a whole era in her career. The last concert of the tour was held in Inglewood, California, the heart of the music industry. Inglewood is an emblematic city, and the choice of this venue to end the tour was iconic. These concerts became historic not only because of the stunning spectacle, but also because of the emotion Taylor conveyed to her audience. Excitement, joy, and tears all accompanied the final shows. Taylor, as usual, was incredibly sincere and open, making every moment of the show unique. Judging by fans' reactions on social media, no one could hide their joy. Unbelievable. It was something more than a concert. It was real magic, they wrote on Instagram and Twitter. And of course, when the last chords of Anti-Hero played at the finale, the audience couldn't hold back tears, realizing that this stage in Taylor's life was over. Someone even posted a post with the hashtag @HeraEnd, marking the end of an entire musical era. Of course, the ERAS' final concerts were no ordinary concerts. Taylor Swift has never been prone to run-of-the-mill shows. She put a piece of herself into each performance, but it was at these concerts that you could see how much pride she took in the path that brought her to this point. The show included all of her greatest hits, from Love Story to Lavender Haze, and each number was presented with unique visuals, stunning costumes, and live performances. However, the most rewarding thing about these concerts was the sense of intimacy with the fans. On stage, Taylor looked more confident than ever, but also sincere. She told her fans how this tour has changed her, how she has learned to appreciate every moment, and of course, how lucky she is to have such a loyal audience. Taylor has said many times that her fans are her strength, and at the last concert, she especially emphasized how important all these people who came to support her throughout such a long tour are to her. One of the most touching moments of the tour occurred when Taylor thanked her fans on stage for their loyalty and support, which has been invaluable to her. At that moment, her words were so sincere that even the most die-hard fans couldn't contain their emotions. But it did not do without unusual moments. For example, Taylor paused several times between songs to chat with the audience, lifted the mood with unusual jokes, and even did small impromptu concerts on stage, playing songs on the guitar. It was a moment of pure connection with her fans when the show and personal experiences were interconnected. It should also be noted that over the course of the tour, and especially on the final leg of the tour, Taylor consistently surprised with her musical choices. She not only performed hits from different albums, but also reinterpreted old songs. This gave each concert a special atmosphere. For example, the version of All Too Well played at the final concerts was saturated with such emotion and energy that left no one indifferent. Taylor herself admitted after the concert that this track is her personal highlight, and she is glad that she was able to really reveal it with a new sound. Of course, we should not forget that the ERAS tour was not just the finale of one stage in Taylor's career, but also opened the door for new beginnings. This tour showed how much she has grown as an artist, as a person, and as a creator. Taylor didn't just delight fans with old material, but showed that she is ready to move forward. Her next projects have already been discussed at the final concerts, and many fans are sure that Taylor will not sit still. She seems ready for new musical experiments, and no one doubts that her next step will be even more ambitious than this one. Of course, at the last concerts of the tour, Taylor Swift did not forget about what always makes her shows so special: visual effects. Every number was accompanied by colorful stage solutions, from dazzling light shows to stunning costumes that turned every moment into a real performance. It was not just a musical show, but a full-fledged theatrical performance, where each song became an important part of the whole story. Fans of Taylor Swift who visited the final concerts were in full delight. In their messages, they wrote, "Taylor, you have done the impossible again. This concert is the best I've ever seen," or It was pure magic. I can't believe I saw Taylor live. This tour was unforgettable. But there were more emotional comments. Some wrote that the concert was a moment of revelation for them. In other words, as though people realized that the greatest artists of their generation were actually living next to one another in real life, in the real world. They couldn't tell that, but after hearing their comments last night, they knew that they wanted to be something that they were excited to surround themselves with, a real personality that you want to be close to. And of course, there were those among the fans who couldn't hold back the tears. One comment that was particularly memorable read, "Cried from start to finish, Taylor, you made my life better." These were the words of true fans who have been with her through the years, and now that her ERAS has come to an end, they felt that a part of their heart stayed with this tour. The final concerts of Taylor Swift's ERAS tour were not only the culmination of the tour itself, but also a true event in music history. These concerts could have been an occasion for another farewell to the fans, but instead they were a symbol that Taylor Swift as an artist had just begun her journey. Each concert was a true journey through music, reflecting her entire creative journey from Fearless to Midnights and beyond. Everything was as expected, epic, massive, and unique. If we remember that her previous tours, such as Red, 1989, Reputation, and Loverfest, were always landmark and career-changing, ERAS continued the tradition, but with an even bigger scope. But let's not jump to conclusions, let's walk through this tour step by step to see why ERAS was so special and how it compares to Taylor Swift's previous shows. Red was one of the most iconic tours in Taylor Swift's history. It was the moment when she finally made the transition from country music to pop. Red was the album where Taylor openly experimented with new genres, and her fans were ready to embrace this new course. The Red tours were accompanied by vibrant and theatrical concerts that combined live performances with great visuals. Taylor showed even back then how important every moment on stage is to her, from the emotion in the songs to the details in the production. The songs from Red blew the audience away like never before, and every concert was an experience. Back then, Taylor wasn't yet the megastar phenomenon she would later become, but in 2013, she showed incredible bravery in fusing pop and country music. Every performance from the Red tour was packed with energy, and the stage became a true reflection of her soul. 1989 was the album that finally closed the book of country in her work and opened a new era of pop music for Taylor. The tour dedicated to this album became not only a colorful show with 80s notes in visual style, but also a significant cultural event. Many fans remarked that on the 1989 tour, Taylor was more confident than ever. Each show on this tour was not just a concert performance, but a large-scale visual story, where every element from costumes to video projections was connected to the 80s era. The stage became like a time tunnel leading us through Taylor's life, from her teenage years to the highlights of the mature artist. 1989 was another major moment in her career when she finally stopped being a teenage singer and became an absolute pop star with a worldwide audience. Reputation was the album that was the answer to the attacks in the press and in Taylor's personal life. With it, she re-entered the world of provocative images, shattering old stereotypes. And it was through the Reputation tour that Taylor Swift demonstrated how strong she is, despite the crisis she went through. The Reputation tour was not just a concert series, but a grandiose show with fantastic stage solutions, amazing choreography, and special effects. She didn't just sing, she created a full-fledged theatrical production where every step she took on stage was important and well thought out. In Reputation, Taylor became even more confident in herself and her message, and the production itself increasingly reinforced her status as a powerful, independent woman. Despite plans disrupted by the pandemic, Loverfest was a unique tour. It was fan-oriented and combined the vibrant atmospheres that characterized the Lover album. However, plans were disrupted by the pandemic and many concerts had to be canceled. But even under these circumstances, Taylor was able to create an incredible show that was available to viewers via virtual streaming. Loverfest was a true experiment in terms of combining music and technology, as well as meeting fans in person. Although the tour was short, its energy and fan love were what really took this project to new heights. ERAS became not just a tour, but a true musical journey through the entire history of Taylor Swift. While previous tours focused on specific albums, ERAS was an opportunity to live an entire era of her music. Each concert was dedicated to a specific phase of her work. The point of ERAS was to combine everything Taylor has done in the past with who she is now. ERAS was an opportunity for Taylor to not only delight fans with her vintage hits, but also to integrate new tracks. It all took the format of incredible shows where she sang songs like All Too Well, Look What You Made Me Do, Shake It Off, as well as performed live, inimitably vibrant tracks from the Midnights album. The most interesting feature of ERAS is that Taylor sincerely interacted with the audience at every moment of her show. Many fans told after the concerts that they were not just watching a beautiful show, but really felt her sharing her thoughts and experiences with them. This tour was a real magic where fans could feel that she was not just a singer for them, but a true friend. On ERAS, Taylor combined all of her eras into one concert block. It wasn't like on Reputation where she only focused on one album. On ERAS, she seamlessly transitioned from Fearless to Red, 1989, Reputation, Lover, and other albums, making it feel like one musical universe. Every show on ERAS was more than just a concert event. Taylor interacted more deeply with fans than ever before, making every moment personal. Plenty of fans talked about how she changed the set list especially for them, or chatted with them backstage. Every show at ERAS was incredibly entertaining. Against a backdrop of huge screens, performances, and special effects, Taylor was able to maximize her compositions. It was not just a concert, but a real story, revealing her entire career. The ERAS tour was not only the culmination of her career, but also the end of a huge stage in the music industry. With each new tour, Taylor Swift became more accomplished, more confident, and of course, inspiring to millions of fans around the world. We don't know what the next phase of her career has in store for us, but we're sure her next performance will be just as exciting and innovative. Taylor Swift continues to amaze, and we are all looking forward to seeing what she does next. To everyone who has been following her concerts, we can only say, you have witnessed something great. This tour proved that Taylor Swift is more than just a singer. She is an entire cultural phenomenon. So friends, stay tuned for more news because Taylor Swift hasn't said her last word yet.